guys! Today's May We Draw Daily video is a few days late. I drew this on May the 12th. Or was it May the 11th? I can't remember now. But I've had so many issues with the footage that I haven't actually been able to edit or film anything else. So I'm sorry that I've skipped a few days, and I hope you understand why. So if you're watching this in the playlist and you're like, but where's days this to this? That's why. As a lot of you know, I am having immense trouble with my computer, and I've just had a lot of issues with this footage. But it's here, it's finally done. And I'm drawing Malachite, who is one of my favourite fusions, and I've got a feeling we won't see her again. Just a heads up, there will be some Steven Universe spoilers for the episodes that have just aired a few days ago in this, so if you don't want spoilers, then just mute the video. I'm not that interesting to listen to anyways. Yeah, so Malachite is one of my favourite fusions design-wise. She has 6 arms and no legs, and it's just like, she's like this giant centipede-ish thing. I don't know, I just think she looks amazing, and obviously because she's all sorts of greens and teal colours, which are some of my favourite colours, yeah, she's one of my favourites. Character-wise, obviously she's problematic, but I do like her, and I also like Jasper, which is half of Malachite anyway, so yes. And so I really wanted to draw Malachite because I knew that the upcoming episode Super Watermelon Island had Malachite versus Alexandrite, and I've been wanting to draw Malachite for the longest time. And I thought, you know what, this needs to be on big paper. So this is on A3 paper. This is the biggest I could go, because she's huge. And I thought, oh no, I need to learn how to draw water. So you saw at the beginning that I did a test in my sketchbook, and I was kind of impressed, like how quickly I could pick up the simulation of water, but it wasn't too great. And I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have to do it. I can't like spend a few months learning how to render water realistically, and so I just went ahead and filmed it. If you want to check out the previous video where you see me sketching this in my sketchbook, you can go check that out, and I talk about the importance of thumbnailing and preparing for your work, and a lot of you kind of liked it, so I'm really glad. Thank you for watching it. And the watercolour I'm using the most here, I think it's my ultramarine. I'm not sure actually. Let me see. Let me open my palette. You'll be able to hear the sound of me opening it. I used mostly, so I have the Cobalt Turquoise Light, which is a professional watercolour. These are Winsor Newton, by the way. And I used ultramarine. Yeah, it was ultramarine. And what's this one? Some of them don't have names on, so it's kind of like and they're all stuck together because I've used them so much. Intense Blue. Okay, so Intense Blue, Ultramarine, and Cobalt Turquoise Light, and then there was some mixes of, I think it's Emerald. Let's see. Oh no, Viridian something. I don't know. I can't see the name on it anymore. Viridian, and this one, which I'm trying to get out. Stuck. Intense Green. Okay, Intense Blue, Intense Green. So yeah, those are the colours I used the most, and then there's obviously bits of like grey. I think it's just watered down Mars Black, I'm not sure. Greys, and then the odd bit of purple. And I also used my inks, my Diamine inks for I think it's Marine. Yeah, Marine and Ultra Green I used. Mostly the Ultra Green ink is mostly used on the darker green for her patterning. But yes, there's the... Oh, and the paper is Winsor Newton Artist's Watercolour paper in A3, and it's my favourite paper. I really like the texture of this paper because even though it's cold press, and I do prefer hot press, it's a non-uniform pattern to the top, whereas I find with cheaper watercolour paper, you get the really sort of uniform pattern. And it's nice, but it's not what I want from my work. I like the roughness, the sort of the natural look of the artist's watercolour paper. So I'm painting her hair here, and to outline I use a Copic Multiliner SP in grey, cool grey. And I increasingly wanted to just grab my brush pen and just go over it in black ink, and I was like, I can't do it. Even though that's what I did in my sketchbook, I thought I'm going to ruin it if I do that. So I had to fight that urge the whole way through. And also you'll see a difference from the sketchbook page that I added a third arm, because like, it's malachite, I can't just draw 2 arms. she's got so many arms, like, why not draw more? Yeah, so let me talk about Steven Universe. Where to begin? I mean, if you don't follow me on Twitter, I'm proud of you, because me on Twitter when Steven Universe is airing is just the worst thing. It's like, if any of you are friends from back when Cora was airing, I mean, I had no followers back then, so it was okay, but now I've got over 4,000 Twitter followers, and I'm like, I can't just talk about stuff anymore. But I really, 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 really enjoyed the 2 new episodes, which were Super Watermelon Island and Gem Drill. And I have to say, Gem Drill, which is really hard to say, is one of my favourite episodes, I think, that I've ever seen from Steven Universe. It was incredible. Just the whole cluster thing, the appeal of it, and it was really emotional as well. And I'm just like, it's just, I don't know, there's no words for that. I'm currently working on a painting of Steven and the cluster anyway, so that is hopefully going to be on my live stream tonight, depending on when you're watching this. And so I really liked Super Watermelon Island. I've been wanting to see Malachite and Alexandrite fight for how many months now? And I really liked the watermelon chickens. I think they were my favourite thing. But no, I'm just really, really upset about Jasper. Because Jasper's one of my favourite characters, and she's had 4 minutes of screen time. She shouldn't be a favourite character, but she is. I think it's because she's orange and big, and I like her design. And a lot of my friends are really big fans of Jasper as well, and it's like, we all get together and chat about Jasper, and then that happens. It's like, what? Where is she? So I want to see how that progresses. But I loved everything about it. I mean, Peridot and Steven's interactions are really good and really sweet, and this is turning into like a recap vlog. Like, no. Stop talking about Steven Universe. I really enjoyed it though. I think you can sort of guess that. I really enjoyed painting the water. I have to say, when I actually got round to the water, I was a little bit impressed with myself, because I think I did all right for my second time painting water. And I mean, I'm still an amateur with watercolours. I've not been using them for very long at all. I think it's been a few months. But I really, really enjoyed painting the water, so expect some more water stuff from me, because I had the best time painting that. And then Lapis's water wings here were a lot of fun as well. I wanted you to be able to see the other wing behind it, so I used a different shade of blue. It's like a greeny blue. You can't really see it very well on the footage, but I can see it on the final picture, and I wanted it to sort of look like it was dribbling almost, so it looked warped through the water, if that makes sense. And also like her shadow going into the water as well. I quite enjoyed doing that. I just liked using all these colours. They're some of my favourite colours. Blues and greens and aquas are my favourite sort of colours, as well as yellow. And I'm really fond of pink at the moment. Oh, you can just see the sort of distorted wings through there that I was talking about. And then to finish off, I used my Iron Lac fine liners. They are series 2, and I got a little pot of them. They're really cute, and they've got really odd colours in that you wouldn't normally find in fine liners. And I tell you what, I have been using them a lot, because they've been so useful. There's like a flesh tone, there's like cool browns, there's 3 different sort of greenish blues, there's a bright pink and a couple of purples and greys. There's 2 greys. It's a really nice little pack, but they don't seem to be very common online. I really like them, but the reason I didn't ink with them at first is because they're water-based, and if you add watercolour to water-based ink, what do you think happens? So I ink it afterwards. I use my Copic. That's why I use my grey multiliner, because it's so pale, and then I can go over it where necessary, so I don't just add like thick black lines like I want it to. Overall, I have to say I'm a little bit proud of this. Just a little bit, you know, how difficult it can be for artists to enjoy their own work, because we're so critical, and especially me, I'm very, very critical, but I enjoyed it so much, and I think that's what matters. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Go check out Maybe Draw Daily on Instagram and Twitter, because you guys are amazing. So much talent, and I'm finding so many new artists, and I love you all. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you tomorrow.